This is the thing about God's timing in our lives. It is never too early or too late. The problem is that we thina njengabantu we think that sometimes God has delayed. We think that God has delayed. For example, Abraham was promised a son, and God took his time to give it to Abraham. And Abraham ended up thinking that God has delayed. And what do we do as humans? We come up with our own plans. And Abraham went into the maid to bear a son for him. But that was not God's plan. And when the time was right, God provided a son for Abraham. He doesn't come too early neither. So what is this thing about us trying to force things? I mean, I'm living by one rule now. When I start to see that I'm forcing things, I pause a bit and ask God, is this your will? Is this the time that you want it to happen? Because it can be God's will. Remember, Abraham, it was his will. It was God's will that Abraham bears a son. It was his will. But it was not the time